more go about it to ignore it and move past it, and now in your later years, reflecting on all of that?
What's she saying? My later years. It's very difficult to hear. Right?
Thank you. Okay, I have some very specific things to say about auditioning. And it's something that happened to me about 25 years ago, almost 30 years ago now. I used to think, and I put it in the book because it's really important, it changed my professional life. If any of you can adapt this philosophy, and I think, honestly, it could change your professional life or the way you see things. What I perceived to be a job interview was an audition, right? It makes sense. They're auditioning, they're going to produce a television show or a commercial or a movie or a play or whatever it is, and they need to hire actors to do so, right? So I used to think that, well, I'm going in there to try to get a job. But when you put yourself in a position of need or want, what happens is that you relinquish power and control over to some unknown entity. It just evaporates out of you if you need and want something. You are not in a position of control. And in an audition, and this is the same thing when you're going in, if you're a writer or a dancer, if you're going in to pitch a story, to tell a story. As a director, I read this story, this is what I see. If you need and want that job, it'll show. It'll seep out, and people will be able to tell that there's a need or want there. Nobody wants to hire someone who actually needs a job. We want to hire people who are confident in what they're doing and saying and selling of themselves. So, do you know the feeling when you give something to another person? Let's say it's a present, and you're really excited because your friend is going to really love this present. They needed a scarf, and they're complaining about how cold it is. And here it is. And they open it up, and they, oh my God, this is what I need. It makes us feel great. Whether you're donating to a charity, or actually on a soup line, or helping someone, it makes us feel empowered to give, right? That's the same point of view you need to take into that room. I'm here to give you something of value. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, because you can't look at it in a conceited sort of self-centered way. My gift is so valuable to you, man. You are so lucky. I'm giving you a gift. You're welcome. It's not at all that. It is a quiet confidence. But if I ask every one of you if you were talented, you better say yes. And I don't want to hear the false modesty. Well, if you're doing that, if you're doing the dance of, well, I can't release it, then you don't belong in this profession. Sorry, but you have to develop and it's not being boastful. It's just saying, yes, I'm talented, and I own that, and I value my talent. So when I go into a room to pitch a story as a director or a writer or an actor to an audition, I am here to give you something. It may be the solution to your problem, but that's up to you. All I'm doing is giving you an option. I'm giving you an option. So when you come into a room and you have confidence, I'm on the other side now. I direct and produce, and I'm seeing people come in all the time pitching themselves. And I can tell immediately who has a sense of confidence and who is flop sweating with needs.
You can smell it.
You can smell it, and it doesn't smell pretty. It's true. And what happens is that confidence is it's addictive. You enjoy the feeling of that. It's also, you get to catch it. If someone comes into the room and I sense confidence, you're giving me more confidence in evaluating what you're saying.